Okay, we are in Killaloe for the second time. Last year we were here for the Loch Derg Way, this time we're here for the East Clare Way, trail 40 out of 42 for us. The East Clare Way is about 170-180 kilometers long, so it's between a week and 10 days long, give or take. So yeah, we're going to walk this one anti-clockwise, mainly because there's a campsite within easy reach of here. It's very much the afternoon at this point. It's 10 to 4, so we kind of want to get to this campsite, which is about 15 kilometers away, today. And normally I'd prefer to do this in the clockwise direction, and I think that's the way it's signposted, but such is life. Anyway, I don't know, what else should I say about this trail?
No, that's good.
Nothing? Yeah, okay, well, trail 40, almost there. Alright? Mm-hmm. Okay, well this is the split. We're going to be back here in about a week. Because this trail is a loop, we just walked this arm out from Killaloe onto the main loop, and now we're going to be going around it. I just noticed Sarsfield's Riders here. This is, we see this all over the place. Someday I'm going to learn this story and do a video about it, because like this is legitimately the 15th sign that we've seen.
Yeah, we saw that up in Mayo.
Yeah, we saw, and like on the Multeen Way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to be going this way. This is nice. They've actually put distances on these markers. It's not something we see very often. But yeah, onwards and probably upwards. This is surprisingly mountainous. So from this particular spot we can see at least two of our trails. Over this shoulder you can see the Schlieffulem Way, and over this shoulder you can see sort of the Shannon, or the bottom of Loch Derg, which would be the Loch Derg Way. Both of which are pretty good trails. Also off in the distance you can see the Galties, which none of our trails go over, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, which is weird. Since I feel like I've seen them from a distance 100 times now, but I haven't actually been on them.
The Tipperary Heritage Way just about walks across their foothills.
Oh, cool.
When you walk out of Clare.
Alright then. I'll rewatch our Tipperary Heritage Way video then. The link for which is up there in the corner. Fun fact, Galtee Moor is the mountain from which you can see the most of Ireland.
Really?
Yeah, I calculated that a couple of years ago. That's the one where you have kind of the biggest area of Ireland that you can actually see, because it's the most prominent mountain, and it has the most it's the most inland.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all. Walking so far has been nice.
You're not going to be able to squat out of this frame. There's not that much room.
So on one of these two mountains behind me, one of those two has a cross on top. It actually has two crosses on top. Only one has fallen over and they've just left it there. Because so they watch the Loch Derg Way video if you want this story for realsies. But the short version of it is they built the cross in the 1920s, put a lightning conductor on the top, and then someone stole it because it was made of precious metal that they could sell. And then lightning struck it only I think 8 years after it was built. It fell over, and then recently they rebuilt it and put a new cross there. But the new cross is metal, so it's actually harder to see. So hard to see, in fact, that I don't know which of the two it's on. Yeah, do the Loch Dergway, it's a good trail. It turns out this trail also has a bench, which instantly, with this view as well, which instantly brings it up at least 1 point in the final markings. I can't believe this has happened. On our third last trail, we found another four-sided Elvis. This is, I think, only the third four-sided Elvis we've ever found. And technically, I don't know whether to count this one because it's actually for like a loop. There's like a looped walk where it's doing this, the Ballylachlan loop. And our trail goes this way, like it's on these two sides. And the loop is but I mean, I think it counts because they've used Elvis, even though I'm not really sure that you should use Elvis when it's not a national landmark trail. I don't really know what the deal is with that. But yeah, anyway, four-sided Elvis, third one ever. Where are the other two? One's in the Carryway.
They're both on the Carryway.
They're both in the Carryway.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Carryway and this trail. Cool, so we've made it to our destination for the day, which is a pub/campsite, which are my two favourite words combined. Honestly, this trail so far has done like absolutely nothing wrong. Everything has been properly good. Decent off-road bits, the bits that have been on-road have been short. It's done a good job of like switching it up so you don't get bored. And the views have been really, really good. So now we're just going to set up the tent. It's about 8 o'clock. We walked maybe 15, 16 kilometers today.
Yeah.
Going to set the tent up. We're going to... I mean, we're next to a pub, so I can't think of anything we should do tonight. Yeah, so far good. I'm hopeful that the weather will remain as nice as it was. What do you think, Ellie?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, all great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Trying to figure out where the campsite was. Right down there, I think. So this is our second day on the
East
Clare Way. For some reason I have like a mental block and I keep calling it the Mid Clare Way. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's nearly 10 o'clock. We've got a really fantastic view. And we did a lot of uphill walking to pay this off, I guess. Yeah, just looks great up here. The walking so far not so bad, right? Like, it was fine. Yeah. I just think there's some really nice views here. This is kind of what the Mid Clare Way was missing. It didn't have particularly nice views, except one day where you kind of get the whole Shannon like estuary kind of area. I don't know what else to say. So today we're going to make it to Mount Shannon. We're going to go from here to Scariff, from Scariff to Mount Shannon, and then there's a campsite at Mount Shannon, so we're going to stay there. And then I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. We'll see.
So we are almost in Scariff. We've done about 15 or 16 kilometres today to get to there. It's like 12:30, 25 to 1. So good place to stop now for lunch and for coffee. So far the walking's been nice. It hasn't mostly been roads, but it's been like beautiful views, nice weather, lots of wildlife and stuff. So it's been quite nice so far. yeah, this is a 10th century church behind me. There's an old like tower house that's now a handball alley behind you. Yeah. Excuse me. So far so good today. Okay, so we had a lovely long lunch break in Scariff, and since then we were kind of on a lot of small empty roads and then along this kind of dirt track for a while, and at this junction, like a stone's throw that way, is where we'll be tomorrow. The trail here it gets really close together, but it goes off in a big loop, so we're kind of coming up here. And we're so close to this top section, but we have to go this way first. Yeah, so yes, we'll be able to wave to our past selves tomorrow from like 500 metres up the road. But that way is a little bit over 10k to Mount Shannon, where we are finishing today, because there's another campsite there. And it's down beside the water's edge, so it should be really pretty.
So we're walking into Mount Shannon to our campsite.
Cool, so we have made it to our campsite, and it's a bit further of a walk than we wanted, but you can't really beat this location. It's like literally right on Lough Derg, so that's really cool. Both pretty wrecked. It's about 32 kilometres today in total, I think. Yeah, a little bit road heavy, but like absolutely spectacular views, like really beautiful. Coming down into Mount Shannon at the very end there's a lovely little bit kind of through a forest and through a couple of fields. That was quite nice. Mount Shannon itself looked really pretty. We didn't really stop, we just kind of very tired, so we made it out here to this really nice campsite. It is called Lakeside Leisure Park, Holiday Park.
I don't know, we'll look it up.
Yeah.
Put it on the screen.
Yeah, super nice. It's one of those like ACSI, which are kind of campsites that I think there's like a lot of them on the continental Europe. We've come across a couple of them here in Ireland. So basically it's just like the acronym for this will be a nice campsite. I don't know.
What's going to happen tomorrow?
I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen tomorrow. We're going to be heading towards Flagmount, which I don't think is so much a village as a road with a name. I think it's just like a church and a shop. So I don't really know what will happen tomorrow. Hopefully the weather gods continue to be kind and we find somewhere magical to camp. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
We're gonna have a visitor.
Oh yeah, my mum and my sister might be joining us for the day, which would be really cool. Which would be great because we'd get to like not carry our bags for the day. Yeah, so they might come along, which would be really nice. And thank you to both of our families for joining us for sections of trail to both lighten the load and cheer us up and bring us food. We really appreciate it. Yeah, and the sun has come out for the last couple of minutes before I crawl into my sleeping bag and become a nice warm worm.
feel like I always do this. I have like a Pavlovian reaction now to looking at myself in the viewfinder.
And
I'm
sighing.
like,
Yeah.
So it's the start of day 3. We're just walking out of the campsite, which is there. I quite like the campsite.
Yeah, I thought it was lovely.
Ellie said this last night, but ACSI really is just like the acronym for good campsite in French, basically. I really enjoyed it, and we've actually lived in an ACSI campsite before for a couple of months, so it felt very familiar. So if you're wondering why we all look so tired and cranky, a big part of the reason is that we forgot our coffee substitute. So we don't have any way to get caffeine into us at the moment. And I mean, we really like caffeine, kind of need it to survive on our daily existences. So I'm so caffeine starved I can't even come out with good sentences.
So the lake behind me is Loch Graney, and down at the bottom of that is a very small village called Flagmount. Today we had my mum and my sister Hannah with us walking, so we got to dump the bags in the car and ship the bags ahead of us, which was really good because we're actually pretty wrecked after yesterday. So it was nice to have like at least half of today bagless and easygoing. And yeah, this is really beautiful. We were on some road there for a bit, and now we've come off onto this beautiful grassy stretch as we go down kind of towards the lake. And we're now going to go out in kind of a big loop around the lake that way and back down the other side of it. And yeah, that's our plan for this evening.
Yeah, we'll probably camp over there.
Yeah, hopefully we'll find somewhere to camp over there, because there's really nothing around here as far as the internet can tell us. So shall wait and see.
Also, the mountain right behind you.
Yes.
We were up there on the Mid-Clare Way. That's where that quarry is.
Really?
Yeah, that's where that guy was beating the crap out of that car. Do you remember the link that we saw? There was a signpost. Yeah, that's up there.
Oh, cool. Interesting. Great.
You didn't mention how good the walking has been.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I forgot to mention, the walking has actually been quite enjoyable. Lots of kind of very small winding lanes, boreens, and like a couple of grassy spots like this, which really kind of boost the morale. So yeah, like pretty good going so far, not too bad.
Yeah, well. Okay, so we're now at the very end of our third day on the East Clare Way. It's not really the fault of this trail. It's actually done quite a good job of changing terrain and so on, but my feet are in bits. I'm really quite close to my limit, just sort of having a hard time getting over it. So we're going to try and find a spot to camp soon. Yeah. So it's the end of our third day on this trail, and Ellie and I are both pretty much at the end of our ropes a little bit. It's just been very hard going. Kind of this whole year has been kind of hard going. And it's difficult because we're at, you know, trail 40 out of 42, and it just sort of feels like we should be enjoying this last bit, but it really feels like it's difficult. But sometimes you walk for 35 kilometers trying to desperately find a campsite, and you come across a nice view like this. And that's not so bad. It doesn't make your feet better though. Tomorrow is going to be hard. So we managed to find a nice spot in the forest last night to camp. The downside to forests, and kind of the only, well, okay, there's two downsides, right?
Yeah, it almost sounds negative.
Downside one, there are lots of midges in forests. And downside two is that they're very dim, and so, like, you sleep longer than intended.
That could also be a benefit though.
I guess it is. It was a bit rainy last night, so we didn't get that much sleep.
It's very rainy.
Yeah. We're packing up now. This is stuff that's being packed up. And on we go.
It really was a great spot though.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah.
I couldn't have found a better spot.
Yeah.
With it being so late and so unprepared.
Yeah, we were like holding out and holding out and holding out, and like looking at the spot and saying, no, this spot isn't good enough, this isn't good enough. And then we finally found somewhere that was actually really worthwhile. So I'm glad about that. And it caused us to walk like an extra 8 kilometers yesterday. We think we probably walked 36, 37 kilometers yesterday. So, onwards and upwards. Let's get back under the tree cover, it's so rainy. Because so many of our walks go on so much road, we have started counting how often people wave back at us from their cars. You know, a lot of people will do like this kind of a wave, but some do like huge ridiculous things or take both their hands off the steering wheel, which don't do that please. But so we've been critiquing all of the areas that we walk through for how many people wave, and I have to say the East Clare Way has a 100% wave ratio so far. Every single person that we've seen and has seen us has waved at us. It's pretty good going because it's our 4th day. Pretty good work, people from East Clare.
So it is the morning of day 5. Yeah, day 5. And yesterday we stayed at Clare Eco Lodge in Fico with Billy, and that was actually the most wonderful evening and morning. It was nice because we had a relatively short day yesterday, so we got there early enough in the afternoon and just got to relax and chill out. It was almost like having a rest day, but we also did some kilometres, so it was a really good balance. And then got up this morning and had coffee with Billy and sat there chatting for as long as we could before everybody was going to be late for everything. So yeah, that was absolutely wonderful. And it's a really cool lodge. They have it solar powered and the water is heated by solar as well. Huge vegetable garden. Yeah, it's just a really refreshed and revitalised or whatever. Yeah, relaxed. And yeah, so today we're heading towards Tulla. So hopefully that won't be too far a walk. We're back out at kind of like the turn off for Fecal and stuff. So heading back down to Tulla now, and yeah, sunshine. Oh, it's the summer solstice today as well. So we're definitely not going to run out of daylight. Yeah. Anything that I forgot to say?
Nope.
No.
Just a big thanks to
Yeah, just
Billy
a big thank you to Billy and his
we'll
family.
be back.
Yeah, I would definitely be back. Yeah. Yeah.
On we go.
Cool.
Oh, my shoes are still waterproof. This is like a record for the longest time they've managed to remain waterproof. Also, that's really nice. It's warm. Today is the summer solstice and it is a very, very warm day. We are about 2 or 3 kilometers outside of Tulla. We're gonna take a break there, have an ice cream and probably another ice cream, and then we'll continue on basically kind of as far south as we can. Later on today we're gonna get picked up, and tomorrow we're gonna have a rest day, which is gonna be nice. And then we'll return on Sunday in 2 days' time. As in, yeah, the day after tomorrow. To finish the trail out. So I'm pretty excited. It's actually been really, really good. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. This is great. I really like this whole bit. I mean, that one says Broadford 5 kilometres and this one says Broadford 17.1 kilometres. So, which is it?
Well,
Yes,
we're not going the same way.
It's a big windy way. But I wish they would, like, I don't know. If you're going to give me the distances, give me the distances like a kilometre that way so I can't grumble. O'Callaghan Mills is this way. We don't really know what's there, and
it's just an optional detour.
It's just an optional detour, so I don't think we're going to do it. But yeah, it's been good.
Mm-hmm.
My feet are kind of sore.
Yeah, we both just kind of need new feet. Like,
no, you need new feet. Mine are okay. They just need a bit of repair. Just going to check whether this one is 400. Nope. Come on. Oops. Leave no trace. Okay, so we're on day, what is this, 6?
yeah,
We're on day 6 of the East Clare Way. We don't have bikes today, which is great. It's our final day on this trail. We have about 30 to 35 kilometers left to go before we reach Killaloe again. And we managed to rope in some relatives to bring us out and back from the trail and keep our bags for the day. So that's good. My impression of today is that it's going to be mostly road back into Killaloe. But I think we should get some nice views. Or we would, in theory, get some nice views if the weather was better. It's just rainy, so yeah. Like this today will just be a montage of our mood getting worse and worse as we approach Killaloe, and then instantly better as soon as we find somewhere to sit indoors. Anything else? Okay, well, onwards. Probably not too much footage today because it's going to be raining the whole day. So it's cold and rainy and wet and horrible. We are in Broadford. We just had a long coffee and I don't really get the feeling that we're going to get that much of a chance to talk from here to the end. So the walk into Broadford was quite nice. Some off-road was good. I liked it. We've got, what was it, 14 kilometres from here to Killaloe?
A bit more actually.
A bit more than 14 kilometres from here to Killaloe. And stop taking the camera. And yeah, okay, I wanted to say a big thanks to the Sligo Leitrim Mountain Rescue guys. We have had these buffs for ages, so big thank you to Adrienne. We have been wearing them, we just never got any footage. Yeah, they're keeping me warm right now, but not Ellie, because I didn't bring one. And actually she only brought this one, I didn't bring one, and she kindly gave it to me. Okay, time to go I guess. Another 3 hours left and then we're finished trail 40. Well, that's Lough Derg, and so it is our end point. It's been pretty rainy today. I wouldn't super recommend doing this one in bad weather. The trail's been really good, but or well, maybe not necessarily today, but in general the trail is good. But it's definitely better in good weather. However, don't let it be said that we are only fair weather hikers. We are out here today and we're only complaining a lot. But hey, that's the end. Trail 40, almost finished.
Okay, so this is where we were last Monday. So yeah. Can you tell I'm kind of tired? Okay, anyway, so back down that way is back into Killaloe. Going straight up the road across there. We're heading back up towards like Scarf and Mount Shannon to do the whole loop again, which is not what we're doing. We're heading back into Killaloe. Yeah, pretty soaked, but still happy to finish the trail. This is trail number 40 out of 42 of all the National AMR trails that we have walked, so that's pretty wonderful. Yeah, really excited about that. Yeah, we didn't really have any idea what this trail was going to be like, and it's been really, really great. Like, I guess when you come into something with no expectations, it's then really enjoyable when it's pretty good. So walking up from here towards Scarf, Mount Shannon, all the way up kind of the side of the lake was absolutely beautiful. You get wonderful views over. A couple of really nice off-road sections. in general, the whole thing is a little long, like 180 kilometres or like 6 to 8 days is quite a big trail for Ireland. Like it's kind of getting up into the realms of the distances of the Kerryway without quite the same wow factor or like infrastructure or whatever. But it is still quite enjoyable. We certainly had a nice time here. And there are campsites which were like great to be able to stay in, and the Eco Lodge in Fico, Clare Eco Lodge, that was wonderful. Like, there've been some really, really good moments on this trail. Really, really friendly people. And there's an ore road that kind of goes up along the shore or the bank of the loch, or the lake, Loch Derg, and nearly every single time we hit that ore road, there was a footpath. There was like space for us to walk, which was like amazing. Actually, was like really, really, really cool. Also, the waymarking has been really good. The info boards for this trail are built so that if you're walking clockwise, so it kind of tells you from A to B and kind of gives you this description going that way. And we walk this trail anti-clockwise, so whenever we hit an info board, it'll be telling us about what we just done backwards to us. So that was put us a little bit kind of out of sync, but it gave us a good idea of like what we just walked distance-wise and that kind of thing. But yeah, if you want the info boards to be more useful, they go clockwise on the trail. But yeah, the waymarking's been really good and really well maintained. Like around Elvis has been trimmed or like cleaned back. Any posts that have been damaged, a new plate has been put on top of them. So like waymarking was good on this trail. Like really, really impressed with that. What really makes this trail is definitely the views. Like amazing views over Loch Derg. Some great views today coming through the gap towards Killaloe. Yeah, there's been some great viewpoints along the way. We were able to see over onto the other side of Loch Derg, where we did the Loch Derg Way, and kind of through that onto like Schlieffielen, kind of Keeper Hill, and see the trail that we once did over there. So that was nice to be able to kind of see so much of the country. And just around here is a beautiful place. Like Loch Derg is a beautiful place. There are lots and lots of like looped walks, like national looped walks or just local loop walks in this area. So if you're not kind of looking to do one huge trail, there are some really, really lovely looking looped walks around here that I definitely recommend. So if you came down here for 3 days, going off and doing different looped walks that have different views over the lakes or go through different forests and stuff, would be like a nice way to spend some time as well. Yeah, I guess I give this trail like a 6 to a 7.
Yeah, 6.6, 6.7.
Yeah.
If the weather is good, definitely higher, because you can see better.
Yeah.
One to do if you're in the area, maybe not one to travel here for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trail number 40 done. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of the landowners and the people who work at maintaining this trail. Thank you so much for putting it together and for keeping it walkable. Really appreciate it. And I'd also like to say a huge thank you to all the amazing people on Patreon who make this project feasible for us. Patreon's a crowdfunding platform, and we have some amazing people who support us every month. So this week I'd like to say a huge thank you to Shawnee Ryan, to Tempest Ranjit, and to Verna Lang. Yeah, thank you so much to the 3 of you and to all of our patrons. We couldn't do it without you. It means the world to us. Thank you so much. And yeah, now only 2 trails left to do.
One day we're gonna have to bring a stick so that we can actually look like it.
I think. Yeah, something like that. I think you need to stick your hips backwards more. I think it needs to be more of an angle from, yeah, like sure, maybe.
Or, oh, blue suede shoes.
Yeah.
They're not blue or suede. Or really shoes, but that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lean forward more.
Yeah, because his head is like over his foot. That's it.
Nice, just made it.